Good evening, everyone. So my season came to a truncated end at the weekend as I went to see White Ensign in the Essex Olympian League, only to find that the game had been called off. Fifth time this season that has happened to me. Twice I managed to redirect. Twice I found an alternative game at the same location, which is what happened this weekend. And once I had to come home. So I didn't do a video because I just watched a cup final on a field next to the ground, which was actually really good. But I thought I'd do just a little brief go through of the grounds that I've been to this season. So we started off at Lynn, which was basically just a field in the Surrey League for a pre-season friendly here, and then moved on to Bearsted in the Kent League, where it was about a 45-minute walk to the White Horse in Oatham, which was a pub next to the ground, and I walked in there on a hot day, tired. Not a single soul in the pub apart from a landlady who seemed slightly put out that I'd dared to go in there and ask for a drink and some food. Very strange. Lovely day, and the game was actually played on the pitch adjoining the actual first team pitch, so it was a bit of a sneaky tick, really. First proper competitive game of the season was in the Bedfordshire League here at Flitwick. And when I got off the train at Flitwick Station, there was a guy who immediately came bustling over to me as I got my folder out to say, "Oh, you're looking for the football ground, aren't you?" And it's not the first time that's happened to me. And us groundhoppers must stick out like sore thumbs. But anyway, I appreciated his help and went along to the ground. Next to Blowfield United in the Anglian Combination. Slightly saddened me here, really, as I walk round. And if you watch my video, if you go on and watch my video for Blowfield, you'll see as I walk round the ground that I point out a couple who are sitting there with a dog and how nice a day it was for them to go out. The next thing I know, a few minutes later, some officials were throwing them off the pitch because there's some bylaw to say there were no dogs allowed, and I just thought that was just so sad because this poor old dog couldn't move more than about 10 paces without collapsing in a lie down. And the guy was so upset that he ended up, I kid you not, sitting in a ditch with his dog adjoining another playing field, which wasn't classed as part of the land, so he could watch the game. And I just thought, how pathetic is that? Next up was Sandbach. That's in the North West Counties League, where I saw the Burnley FC Academy team all at Crewe Station. Lovely ground. It's probably my favourite new grounds of the season, with the wooden fencing down the outside. Another nice day. Yeah, really enjoyed that. Slough Town, my original game, one of those occasions I was speaking to, was called off because a small fate was on the pitch. And I had to use Google Maps to redirect me to Slough Town. And as I was halfway round doing my video, the memory cut out on my camera. So not a good day all in all, but nice setup at Slough. Then to Midhurst and Eastbourne. Linesman came out in the second half and forgot his flag. Lovely day, quirky little place. Watch my video on this one. There's an old shed there that just had me laughing out loud, but what an interesting place to visit. Yeah, check that one out. Then I went to Stonehouse in the Gloucestershire League. Not much to say about this one. They used to be higher up, an enjoyable enough day without anything too outstanding to remember. And then to Collingham, where the Scouts were in attendance next door or camping, and a very humorous moment on the way there as I was at Grantham Station sitting minding my own business, and a girl came out of one of those cafes that you get on stations, stacked it immediately, dropped a can of beer which just poured everywhere and sort of slowly trickled towards my feet. I felt quite guilty just sitting there watching this beer trickling towards me, and most upset she was, but how I didn't laugh I'll never know. Then to Cherry Hinton in the Cambridgeshire League. Again, a very picturesque little place, really. Went to extra time. Enjoyable day. About 45-minute walk, I guess, if maybe just under that from Cambridge. A little area of Cambridge you wouldn't know existed. Then to Brockton, my favourite ground hop of the year, mainly because of the Waterstones pub, which is a converted cinema in in Stafford. Absolutely loved it. There was a storm. I can't remember the name of the storm, but watch my video and you'll see it. And it was just a really memorable day, and I thoroughly enjoyed the whole occasion. Ashurst Wood in East Grinstead, 3G. Most memorable for a really high quality hockey match that I watched about 20 minutes of on an adjoining pitch. Really interesting complex there. You never know what you're going to bump into. And first hockey I've ever watched in East End, and it was good stuff. Then on to Westfields, where there was it's in Woking, where there's a children's party taking place at the Scout Hall, sort of at the far end of the stand, space age stand that you're looking at there. And I walked past Woking Football Club, which I've actually yet to do a ground hop of. Then to Oundle Town, Oundle in the Hampshire League, where the Ducks outnumbered the people. Oh no, that's another one. That was Overton. Oundle. No, I've been away for the weekend. Oundle. Anyway, check out the video for that one. Lordswoods. Memorable trip because the bus driver sheared the wing mirror off the bus, and we all had to get off when he hit a lamppost. As I say to you, you never quite know what you're going to get up on your travels. Funny moment. Then Burnham, another one where the game I went to didn't place at Taplow and I had to redirect. And Brentham, what a pretty little place Brentham is. And this is just the oddest of all ground tops, because I did a video. I remember doing the video, and I remember the linesman and the referee sitting in a dugout because I did the video at half time, but I've no idea what happened to the video. I thought I'd uploaded it. It's not on my channel. It's not on my phone. No idea what happened to it. Such a shame. Go there. It's a lovely, pretty little place. Bedfont Sports, when the weather was awful, 3G, aircraft coming overhead. And I was stuck next to a slightly pissed Sheffield Wednesday fan all the way from Hammersmith to King's Cross. Football fans, they don't do themselves any favour on the trains. Then to Desborough Town, where I spent the game sitting next to an ex-UCL referee who talked me through every moment. Lovely old floodlights at this place. It's worth going just to see that. And then Overton, which I was saying, we're pretty with the church there. And as I said a little while just now, Ducks outnumbered the people. Leyton Orient says itself. I just loved going to Leyton Orient, purely because it was just a fabulous place to go. Should be back in the Football League, in my view. And then to Melksham, where the ball girls did a little dance and rotation every few minutes to keep themselves warm. Stuck a little way out of town. Really interesting place to visit. Bexley, in a leisure centre in Kent. That's all you could see. Horrible day. Running track. Didn't love it, really. And then Sileby, where I was being given a free club badge and was almost treated like royalty. Such nice people. Go and visit them there on a windswept, cold day. Billericay, absolute quagmire of a pitch, but brilliant atmosphere. Manford Way, game was off and I watched whatever game this was on an adjoining pitch in Essex. And then Walton and Hersham was so cold at that place. Constant snow falling throughout the game. Absolute nightmare. Went from there to Benjo Trinity in the Hertfordshire League. Quiet little place. And then the weather started to turn at Crane Sports and get a little bit warmer. Loads of football on here. And then went to Shifnal Town, which I thoroughly enjoyed. Crowhurst in the Sussex League, beautiful warm day, isolated village, pretty little place. Hayford in the Oxford League, next to a canal. Watch that video, so pretty there. Chatteris on just the warmest day you're ever likely to see. It was picture perfect in the Cambridgeshire League, and this is where I finished at Old Southendians, near Southend Airport. And I have to admit, until this time last week, I didn't even know Southend had an airport. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll be back sometime at the end of July. Hope you've enjoyed my videos. Send me a message, and I look forward to doing more in a couple of months' time. All the best.